not we have the global economic collapse that's been set into motion. What I'd like to say to you today is the world is changing. We're not going to stop it. We probably wouldn't want to. But I think we have a tremendous amount of leverage in terms of directing where the change goes and softening the impact and minimizing the suffering of that change. That's what I want to talk to you a little bit about here today. Oops. Here we are. If you're like me, you want to know where you're going to go for these next 90 minutes. I would like to talk about some of the things that seem to be breaking down. Are we living a world in crisis, or are we living a world of transformation? Or both? It's interesting how when things that we've become accustomed to no longer work the same way, many people think something is wrong, when it may actually be a stepping stone or a bridge to something that's better. We must direct where that goes. False assumptions of science that have led us to the breaking point. Many of the crises we're facing today, the new discoveries that tell us those assumptions were false. It wouldn't do any good to talk about all of this if we couldn't do something about it. So I'd like to share with you an opportunity of how we together can tip the scales of peace and life, cooperation in our favor as we go through these great crises. Many of you were asking me in the hall about the books, if I was going to speak about a specific book. All the books come to bear on what I'm going to talk about today. Let me just highlight briefly. In 2007, I released a book that's entitled The Divine Matrix. It is the science that tells us beyond any reasonable doubt. It's no longer a theory or a hypothesis or speculation or a new age wishful thinking. It is a scientific fact that there's a field of energy that connects all things. You and I are part of that field. The science now is no longer questioning whether or not the field exists. The controversy is how much influence